Hey, so I'm gonna make the React Native camera app. So
I had no idea Dallas was in town playing
now this is going to be mainly for iOS, but the instructions for Android would be fairly similar. The exception of the linking of the libraries, but we're going to do that. So while this is loading, I'm going to go over and head to the GitHub for React Native Camera. It's the most popular, and it's one that we're going to be using here. So I'm going to scroll down to the Npm Install. I'm going to pause this while it loads.
Also, it has like a.
So my application just finished running, and I'm going to cd into it. I called the file camera here, and now I went to the React Native camera documentation, and I looked up the npm install command. So I'm going to go ahead and I have the wrong stuff here. Go ahead and copy this. Alright, now that it's installed, I'm going to link the necessary libraries with React Native link, React Native camera. So it's linking now, and the next thing I have to do, because I'm on iOS, I'm going to open up Xcode. And on Xcode, I'm going to cool. So I moved camera here. Gonna open it up. Gonna go to iOS. And I'm gonna add the camera here, Xcode project. Double click that. Now open up an Xcode. And I'm gonna cd into camera here, just to make sure it works. I'm gonna type React Native run iOS to make sure the iOS version is currently loading. Then I'm going to go ahead and drop this guy into Sublime, just so I could see everything going on. And I have my other projects here. I'm going to head to my index. Cool. Now the first time this loads, it takes a little while, so no, it's not paused. It's loading. I'll just fast forward this part. So it is. Pardon me. That's peculiar. I go to Xcode and it's still running. So let's wait. There we go. Alright, so it's here. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and include the React Native camera. So I'm going to head over to their documentation. The way you do that is this. is. So now the camera is usable. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to show you two things that you have to do. Now one is that you have to add the camera. So I have this view here. I'm going to delete everything but the camera. Now this ref cam is basically a reference to the class so that you can tell the camera to take a photo. The style is just for how big the camera screen is. So if you want the camera to be full screen, full height, full width, kind of like it is on Snapchat, you're gonna have to add a style for that. So they gave this style, so I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. They call this style preview, so put preview here. Only thing is that they use dimension. Dimension is a way of getting the full height or full width. You just have to make sure that if you're using dimensions to call it. So I'm gonna put a comma, put dimensions on the top. So now I can use dimensions. So now this shouldn't cause an issue. And now this will be full screen. Now aspect fill does the same thing. This makes it full screen photo. Okay, great. Now the next thing I want to do is that I open the camera tag. I have to close it. And I'm going to put a touchable highlight in here. Touchable highlight. We have an on press. We'll say this dot click me dot find this. Great. Fantastic. Now, only thing I have to do is put a button. So I'm going to put a view in here. And I'm going to make it a pink button. I'll say style equals height 50, width 50, background color pink. Sweet. Now, this will load the camera. This will load a button on the inside of the camera. When you click that button, it says was touched. Now, there are two things missing from this application. The two things are that you have to do a link if you're using iOS. So the way you do that, it's a little bit weird. The first time I did it, I had a terrible hard time. So what you do is you go to, you're gonna have Xcode in the background, go to your desktop, and look for this current application. Now this one for me is camera here, and you head over to node modules, and you have to find the React native camera here. So it is, there we go, React native camera. Once you open up that, open up iOS, and take RCTC or RCT camera and drag it into your project. Now it should be here. Now you have to open this, and you are looking for one of these guys. So let me just double check here. You are looking for lib RCT camera A. Let's find that. So you go to RCT camera, you go to products. There we go. So it's red. And basically you have to tell Xcode that you're going to be using this dependency. So you click on camera here, you go to build phases, link binary library, and you drag this to the top. And now camera can use, or your application can use the camera. Now there's still a couple things that are missing. The next thing is that you need to tell React Native where to search, and these are the two things, two locations you could search for. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is inside of, you go to RCT camera, you go to build settings, you go to all, And you're looking for something called search. Double check that it's here. Camera, build settings, search paths. If you can't find it, if you close Xcode and reopen it, it appears for some weird reason. Maybe it's in. I have to cut this area out. There's something called header or search. There's not it. There we go. Now it appears. Sometimes it doesn't appear, sometimes it does. I don't know why. But you have build settings here, you have search, and you want header search paths. You want to hit plus. Double click that. Press plus. And there was a $sign in front of this. And you want you set it to recursive. That's one. Yeah, I want both. And then that's one. I need the second one. Okay, that's two. And then I want the same thing for release. It's both recursive. And let me get the other one. Both is recursive. That's it. Alright, sweet. Now they're both there. Okay. So now that's done. Now there is only one more step. So now when I go, I'm just gonna make this iPhone 7 regular. Now when I go to build, I'm gonna expect to see an error. And I like showing you errors because when you get that error, you'll know what to do. But oh wow, it works. Interesting. Let's see if it opens. And I made a simple mistake. Forgot touchable highlight up here. Reload. Alright, now we get the error. Now this error is what I was waiting for. This error set me for a loop right here, and the reason why is right here, NS camera use description. And when you're on iOS and you attempt to use the camera, if you don't tell the user what the message is, the camera will crash. And it's basically whenever you see an app that says, you know, Instagram would like to use your camera, press to allow. That's what you need to add. So that code is over here. provided to you. It's MS camera use description. So you need to use this if you're using a microphone, a camera. So I'm only going to be using the camera. So it's these 2 lines, and this could be found inside of your plist file. So I'm going to navigate there. It's iOS, the name of your app, then info.plist. Let me just make sure it's not here. It's not, so I'm going to put it over here. It's NS camera use description. I'm going to call this Instagram clone. So this one's for if it wants to use your camera. This one is for it wants to use your photos, photo roll. So I'm going to cut that, I'm going to save it. I'm going to press stop. I'm going to close the simulator. I'm going to press play again. Build succeeded. I'll wait for this to open. See, camera here would like to access your photos. Sweet. Now this is actually the camera. Now this actually threw me for a loop. It's black because it's in a simulator and the camera is looking at nothing. That's why it's black. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on, I have an iPhone, so I'm gonna put it on my iPhone right now in real life and I'm gonna see if it works, which it will. But currently, just to make sure the touch button works, I have a touchable highlight on this pink box that says an alert. So this says was touched. This is gonna be, for me, my capture photo button. And when you want to capture, it is simply this code. This camera's given by the reference, and .capture. It is a promise, which means it's can either fail or succeed after a period of time. And so I have a then, if it succeeds, I console log the location of where the photo was saved on the phone, and I have a catch, an error, if something wrong happens. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on my phone. Now that's a completely different process, but in order to put something on your phone, I'm going to have to head over to General, put team, you have to make a development team. You have to pay for it. But I put myself as the development team, and in the test version, put myself as the development team. And now I got to push it to my phone, and my phone's going to ask, I basically have to accept, where's my phone? Okay. Basically going to have to accept myself as a developer. So you have to go to settings, developer tools, and then accept. So my name is Alan, so I'm going to accept Alan. And that's going to go ahead and work. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you later.